There's been many times when I've thought as a guitar player, oh, maybe I should do a project where I take on, the music of, you know, whomever, Carla Bley or any number of composers that I love. And sometimes I just get psyched out and don't follow through. Maybe I'll in the end I'll wind up taking one or two tunes and I'll play them on a gig, but I haven't really done a whole project that way. Any advice for taking something like that on and seeing it through?
You mean taking on just one composer's music and doing a whole project based on that?
Yeah,
I mean, for me, it was
especially with
just,
in the case of a composer who's not a guitar player.
for me, it was the most important thing was just being able to talk to Tim about the music, and, um, his music had been a part of my life for such a long time that I already knew it, but there was something about getting to know Tim that kind of illuminated all sorts of things that I hadn't quite considered. He was kind of shining a light on all the cracks, and the mysterious parts were still kind of mysterious, but they made more sense to me. So yeah, I guess I don't have any advice on someone who wants to tackle the music of Bach or Palestrina, or someone who's been not with us for hundreds of years. But yeah, I just thought that, being able to work directly with Tim was maybe the most important thing for me, and maybe probably why the record was turned out the way that it did.
I mean, I would say just go in there and pretend it's your music,
Hmm.
do what you would do with your own music, and don't be precious. Don't worry about the repercussions. Probably somebody who hasn't been recorded by everybody would help, but I don't even think that matters. I think you just have to, once you decide to do it, don't listen to that person.
Hmm.
Just pretend you wrote the music, and then make
Hmm.
sure they get the publishing. But but you know what I mean? I mean, that's
Yeah.
what I had to do with Julius. Is I had to forget that he was my hero and blah blah blah, and just say, okay, this is what I would do here,
Hmm.
and what's the worst that can happen? Maybe he'll hate me for the rest of his life. But I would say just do what you would do, and when you're playing your own music, and then find, I think it'd be fun to find. I've always sort of, me and David always talk about doing these duet records, but doing like some really weird, recorded all kinds of different composers or, people who write music, pop to anything else. And every once in a while, I'm sitting around and I'll listen to something that's pretty obscure. And I'll go, oh, that would be a good one, And then we never really follow through, but I think it helps if it's something maybe that everyone hasn't heard. But I don't know that that's necessary. I just think you shouldn't turn off your personality because it's somebody else's music. Just if anything, pour it on and pretend it's yours and then
Hmm.
see what happens.
Ah,